one that was planned for the best site qualities, and you would mix that with the one that was planned for the poor site quality. Therefore, you got a free thinning job most of the time, because the site would decide which one was better for the site, and it would outgrow the other one. You didn't even have to thin. So you didn't really, if you had to thin from 600 trees down to 100 by the time they're 30 years old, you didn't really have to cut down 500 out of 600 trees. Mother Nature did it, and they became very valuable. Look at this tree. This is actually very valuable to have in the woods because it's shading the ground. Shading the ground. Crown closure is one of the most important things we can get out here. And so the winter winds, we don't even have to mess with this one. It's doing us a favor by shading the ground. And it's also shading the side of that tree and causing it to naturally prune itself. You know, I said never side prune. I do not ever recommend in a plant like this. Now, if you're planting on a wide space in a raw walnut, which I don't do that, but if I did, then you might have to side prune. But in a mixture like this on an 8x8, you never prune. You never have to side prune. If you do any pruning, it's a little bit of corrective pruning, maybe a little bit, but not much. So this helps prune that tree, and it helps shade the ground, helps shade the side of that tree. Shading the ground is really important. Crown closure, we try to get it by year 8. Crown closure it's a time when a tree planting goes from being an old field with trees planted in it to a young forest. This is like, it happens that one year. It's usually year 8 at this spacing, and it's a critical, magical time because it cools down the site. That's the word I like to use. It cools down the site. But it's cooler here than it is out in the full sun. That's what that refers to. But it does a lot of things. It means there's more moisture. It means there's more biological activity. There's more little ground squirrels churning up the soil and loosening it up and making it more usable. So it just creates a totally different environment. There's like 10,000 different microorganisms that live in the soil under our woods, and there's like 10 that live in a cornfield. So we're trying to go from that environment, which just probably was a cornfield. I don't remember for sure, but I think that's what it was. It goes from that to a forest. We're trying to convert a forest, and the shade of crown closure, the cooling down effect, changing from that to a forest soil is crucial.